Hey guys, football enthusiasts here. I'm Janai,
I'm William.
and today we're going to be predicting the EPL game scores for Premier League 2016 Week 7. First game up is Everton versus Crystal Palace.
I predicted Everton to win 3-0. Everton are fifth on the table, 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, and they've had a pretty good season, don't you think?
Yep, I think that they are going to win it also. I think they're going to win 3-1 as that Crystal Palace is 7th on the table. 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. That's all right, but I think that Crystal's going to get thrashed in this game. Next game up, Swansea versus Liverpool.
I've predicted that Liverpool are going to walk away with this 3-0 because Liverpool have been playing amazing.
Yeah, they are a little bit inconsistent with their games, but I think that they're also going to win. I think they're going to win 4-0.
They've been winning with very high scores, so I've
Yeah.
gone with a 3-0 win to Liverpool. Janai's gone with a 4-0 win to Liverpool.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3, Hull City versus Chelsea. So both teams were really good at the start of the season and they've kind of brought it back down. So Chelsea lost the last game to Arsenal 3-0, which is very embarrassing, but they have 3 wins under their belt, 1 draw and 2 losses, and they are ranked 8th on the table, whereas Hull City are 14th on the table with 2 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses.
Chelsea, I think, are going to win because Hull City have got a reputation of letting in goals.
Yeah.
For example, losing 4-1 to Arsenal
Or 5-1 to Liverpool.
and 5-1 to Liverpool. So I predict that Chelsea are going to win 2-1,
And I've predicted that it's going to be 1-3 to Chelsea.
Right.
So-
Next game, Sunderland versus West Brom. I predict that West Brom are going to win because they've been playing rather well.
Yeah. Who, Sunderland? Or West
No.
Brom?
West Brom.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, if you're talking about Sunderland, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. They have a record of 0 wins, 1 draw, and 5 losses. They are ranked 20th on the table with only 1 point out of 6 games, which to me is absolutely embarrassing.
Dreadful.
I feel bad for the team. Like, last season they weren't too bad. They just didn't get relegated, luckily. But I think that they're going to lose again. So I'm going to have to say it's going to be a 2-1 win to West Brom because West Brom are 10th on the table. They've got 2 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses. So I think that West Brom are going to win this game.
Yeah, I definitely think that as well. I think West Brom are going to walk away with it 2-0 and get the 3 points.
Okay, so next game, Watford versus Bournemouth. So Watford have been average this season already. 2 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. That's exactly the same record as Bournemouth with 2 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses.
So it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it is. So it's just one of these games that it's going to be really, really close, and I think that I'm going to have to predict Watford to win 2-1 just because of the record of beating big teams. Bournemouth haven't really faced big teams, and the big teams that they do face, they lose to. So
Yeah.
they just lost recently to Manchester City 4-0. And yeah, it's been alright, and they had an absolutely dreadful game in the English League Cup, losing to Preston North End 3-2, which to me is just a little bit embarrassing.
So Watford are 11th, Bournemouth are 15th. It's going to be an awesome game, but I also think that Watford are going to win.
Yeah, cool. Next game, West Ham versus Middlesbrough. West Ham, I love the
Wow.
team. I'm not a hater of West Ham. Not very many people are, but they have
Middlesbrough.
not had a good record. 1 win and 5 losses for a team that just signed the likes of Zaza, and and Antonio's on such great form. They are not playing very well.
No.
They just recently lost 3-0 to Southampton, and they only scored in the dying minutes of the game against Accrington, which is not very, very good.
And Middlesbrough, they have been playing good. They've come up into the First Division League. They've had 1 win, 2 draws, 3 losses, but those 3 losses have come in their last 3 games.
Yeah.
But they have been facing big teams,
Mm.
but they did lose to Crystal Palace, which isn't that good.
Not the best, no. Cool, next game. One of the big games of the season, I guess. Man United versus Stoke City.
It's not really a big game. Man United are going to definitely just walk away with the win.
Well, yes, I think they are going to win because Stoke, honestly, their goal difference this season is negative 11 compared to Manchester City's positive 13. So I am going to have to say that Man United are going to walk away with the game. I'm going to have to say 3-1 win to Man United.
I'm going to say 3-0. But,
The reason I've said that Man United are going to concede a goal is because Stoke, the only thing that's wrong with them at the moment is their defence. Stoke's attack, they've got Xherdan Shaqiri, Arnautovic, they've got a few, and Wilfred Bonny they just signed this season on loan from Man City. So I think that they're going to concede a goal because Man United's been a little bit shaky in the defence this season. So I'm going to have to say that they're going to at least let in one goal.
But De Gea has been on top form. Man United have had 4 wins, but they have had 2 losses. So
cool. Next game, Leicester City versus Southampton. I have predicted a 2-1 win to Leicester just because Slimani has been on great form this season already. So I'm going to have to say that they're going to just win the game just because I know they have had 3 losses, but Slimani has been very good for them recently, and they did just win their 1-0 against FC Porto in the Champions League, so I'm going to have to say it.
Yeah.
But Leicester will win the game.
I do agree that Leicester are going to pull one back. Southampton are higher up on the table with more draws than losses. Southampton have 2 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses, where Leicester have 2 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses.
Yeah. So probably the biggest game of Game Week 7 is Tottenham versus Man City.
Definitely a big game.
Yeah, so Man City have been on absolutely outstanding form against every team that they've faced, including Manchester United, Bournemouth and Swansea as well. So I'm going to have to say Man City are going to win. They have a goal difference of 13, which is absolutely insane. They haven't let in very many goals. Bravo is getting back on form, but I think that Man City are going to pull the win. I think they're going to win 3-1.
Manchester City, I think, are going to win. I think they're going to win 2-0. They have lost their star player De Bruyne, though, up to 3 weeks. But Tottenham have lost Harry Kane for about 6 weeks.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to say it's going to be a win to Man City.
Going to be a good game, though.
Very much. Last game of Game Week 7, Burnley versus Arsenal. I'm going to have to say Arsenal are going to bring it. I think that they're going to win 2-1, and they are going to concede a goal just because their defence has been average, but it hasn't been good enough. And Gray has been on pretty good form, especially with that. Especially with his goals at the moment.
Yeah. Gray has been on top form, and
yeah, so I'm going to have to say that Arsenal are going to win the game. So cool, that is our Epl Predictions. Let's get over to Fantasy Premier League. So this is our Fantasy Premier League team for the week. We have chosen Petr Cech and Tom Heaton in goal just because both keepers have been on pretty good form, even though they are facing each other, but we have agreed that they are both very good goalkeepers.
And they both are on very top form. Now, our defence, every one of our defenders is from a different team, but Kyle Walker been on amazing form. Koscielny had a good game last week. Barley, he's been a little bit shaky the last 2-3 games that we've had, but he is a very good defender. And we just kind of put him in there. He's been playing well, very solid and consistent, and Van Dijk, just a very good defender overall.
So our midfield, Raheem the Dream Sterling, he has been on absolutely great form this season. He has been involved in most of Manchester City's goals, scoring. He's in the top 5 of the Premier League goal scorers and Premier League assists. So I have to admit he's going to be amazing this season, and he's probably going to get the Young Player of the Year. Just putting it out there.
But
Next up, Hyungi Min Sun.
Wow.
Last week, he got a 10 out of 10 rating, scoring 2 goals and creating 2 great chances for Tottenham's 2-1 win over Middlesbrough. He has been on absolutely great form, and I hope he gets to keep it up because he was pretty shaky last season, but he started this season off well, so I hope he keeps it going.
Yeah, and Wanyama is also in there just because he's such a solid defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to say I have to put Alexis Sanchez in there. He got 28 points in the Premier League last week, scoring a chip against Thibaut Courtois, one of the tallest goalkeepers in the Premier League, and just playing absolutely amazing.
He has been on top form.
Yeah, very much so. Last midfielder, Nemanja Matic. He was just one of those players that we put in there just because he's a very reliable player. He can play, he's very consistent. He either plays average or he plays pretty good. So he's not really a really standout player, but we didn't have a lot of money in this position, so we had to choose Nemanja Matic.
Rashford. Well, reason we've put him in there is because I want him in there, being a Man United fan, and because every game he's played, he scores. Yes, he's a poacher, but when you score, you get points, and that's why Rashford's in there.
So, Sergio Aguero, the most on-form striker in the Premier League at the moment, scoring every single game he's played. He's just a god. He's missed out 3 games this season due to a really stupid elbow to the face of Winston Reid, but he still is top scorer in the Premier League at the moment. He's got 5 goals, and he's just playing absolutely amazing. So our last player on the team, Robson Kanu, the Welsh beast. He played absolutely amazing in the Euros. He didn't have a team before the Euros, but after that, West Brom wanted to sign him because they saw how good he was in the Euros, and performing with a team like Wales, they're not the strongest team, but getting to the semi-finals and beating Belgium is a very, very strong, and he was one of the best players in that game.
And we're pretty certain he is going to play this weekend. We have put him in there. Yes, we could have put the likes of Ibra in there and things like that, but we didn't have enough money, and we thought Robson Kanu was just a solid player, and we think he's going to do very well.
So, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and